Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome to today's call. Looks like Jay just lost her internet just at the time she was about to start this call. So just bear with me for 1 second while we get Jay back on. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm just making sure that our call is good to go. I've got it on the right pages, so we can have it ready to go. So if someone doesn't mind going to check the Marketing Hub, in about 2 seconds, just to make sure that the call is live on the Marketing Hub, and then we can get started for all those people who are brand new to, kind of check this out. So welcome. My name is Justin Holland. I live in Melbourne, Australia, and actually just got back from Las Vegas last week with a bunch of the guys on this course. So it was great to meet so many of you guys, and, it was a very exciting time over there. We had a great time. But, there's a lot of people on here who don't really know what's going on or don't understand what they're here for. So I'm just going to give you a, quick little brief intro and just say hi, and then bring out a few of our rock stars who are absolutely crushing it. And we're just going to provide you with some value that, may kind of sway you to start your online kind of journey, which hopefully it does. So I've been online now for, I think, 2.5 years. I started off I was a soccer coach. I worked 7 days a week, 70, 80 hours a week kind of thing. Loved it, loved my job, absolutely loved it. So those who love their job, this may not even be for you, which is fine. But the issue I had is that I was working, 70 hours a week or so every single day, and I still lived in my parents' home. I actually lived in their basement. I couldn't afford to rent a property. I didn't have time to go on holidays. And I was watching all my friends and family kind of grow up and move into the houses and travel the world. And I had a great job and I loved it. But for the next 30, 40 years, I didn't really want to be stuck in my parents' basement, not fulfilling the life that I thought I deserved to live. Because as you guys know, we all deserve to live the life that we really want. So never forget that. And the minute you start doubting yourself in regards to that, that's the minute you're going to fall off the bandwagon, and you're going to stay in your 9 to 5 and just accept it, which is what we don't want. I don't feel like you guys have to accept the 9 to 5. No matter what you choose to do in the world, as long as you're making a difference, you are happy, you're making enough money to do it, and you're helping other people, then life is gold. So I just want to thank all of you guys for being on here. So what I'm going to do first off, I'm going to bring out a couple of amazing ladies today, and they're going to share their stories with us. And they're just going to tell us a little bit about themselves, why they're here, and all that kind of good stuff. So for those who are on this call, there is a link below. If you've never been on this call before, there'll be a link to join this team. So we'd love to have you on board. It's completely free, doesn't cost you a cent. We'd just love to get you inside our team so you understand and see what we're kind of like. So I'm going to bring out Catherine to start off with. If she doesn't mind, I'm going to unmute her just now. And I want you to say hi to us, Catherine, and then just kind of share your story, a bit like what you said to me before. So let's hear you and hear your story. Come on out.
Hi, everyone. So yeah, thanks so much, Justin. So I'm Catherine. I'm currently in the UK, and it is 2 a.m. here. So I've had some sleep. I've got up. I'm a bit sleepy. So if I yawn, you'll have to kind of forgive me. So I just wanted to share with you my journey so far. So I've been with DA only 3 months. So it's been a bit of a whirlwind, and it's it's only been 3 months. And I honestly have to say that this is probably the most incredible and impactful decision that I've ever made in my entire life. So like most of you, I think I've been playing it safe most of my life. So I come from a background that's very kind of corporate. I have a really successful corporate investment career, or successful was what I thought it was. I had a management career. I managed teams of people. I was making an impact. And like you, Justin, I was enjoying my job. And, I still enjoy my job now. I'm in recruitment, I'm a headhunter now, and, I do relatively well. But in order to achieve that, I have to work, 60 hours a week. And I realized that actually I wasn't achieving any of my dreams. So I have dreams of freedom, I have dreams of traveling, I have dreams of really making a difference in people's lives. And doing that through the kind of corporate way, it means I'm only impacting very few kind of people at a time. And, that's not enough for me. And, I was looking online, I was looking on Instagram, and I was looking on YouTube, and there are 12-year-olds, making 100 grand a month. And I was like, well, how are these people making this kind of money? And how are these people traveling the world, working on their laptops and absolutely smashing it. And, I didn't understand. So I did some research, I did some digging, and, I thank my lucky stars that I found Jade on IG and, my new bestie. So yeah, we really hit it off, and, she has a very kind of, I would say, similar background to Jade. We were both kind of coming from the corporate world and trying to break free. So anyway, cut a long story short, I signed up for the trial, I went straight through, and I just knew this was the right thing for me. But actually, what really cemented that decision was when I went to Vegas last weekend. So went to Vegas last weekend, met some of you amazing people on this team, and I have to say that I was absolutely blown away. I was blown away by how incredibly kind of supportive this team are, how amazing each and every one of you are, the fact that we're all kind of on the same wavelength, everybody's on the same level, everybody wants the same things in life, which I loved. And in the corporate world, I was never surrounded by those kinds of people. I never had the kind of leadership that I've seen just on this team. So I know that I'm in a really, really good place. So I had 3 main takeaways from Vegas. I mean, I've got 50 action points. I've got a book full of stuff that, I'm kind of going through and implementing. So it was huge in terms of value. But 3 main things that really, really blew me away about Vegas. The first thing was this team. The leadership just on this team, so Justin, Jay, TJ, David, all of you, it's second to none. And I was really impressed by the kind of mastermind that we had for our team. It really helped cement things for me. The second thing is the leadership in this actual business. So I found that all the leaders, and I tried to network with as many of them as I could, but they're all so approachable. They're just normal people. They've had to start from zero, and they've really made something of it, which actually makes it really accessible to anybody. And I looked at those leaders and thought, you know what? I want a piece of that, and I can be up there too. And it was just amazing. And then the third thing was that this business, Digital Altitude, is truly, truly committed to helping people. That was the one thing that stood out for me. Everybody is really passionate about making an actual difference in people's lives, which I loved. So yeah, that just cemented it for me completely. So I'm super excited for the future, and I couldn't be in a better place. So yeah, that's me.
Thank you, Catherine. That was great. I think what I want to touch on here about, kind of success and how you've had relative success in your corporate world. And I'm sure you've noticed, when you get your interns and all those kind of guys in, and they can never go and chat to the guy at the top. It's impossible. They just won't know who they are. They won't have time for them, or they won't make time for them. Whereas, as you just mentioned just then, you've been in this space for 3 months now, and you had no issues moving around and talking to the creators, the behind the scenes guys, the leaders, and all that kind of stuff, right, Catherine?
Exactly that. Yeah, exactly that. When you have, in a corporate structure or any kind of structure where it's just kind of normal work, you always have that kind of boss at the top who's just unapproachable, or even if they are unapproachable, they're very, very busy and very difficult to reach out. Whereas actually, a lot of the leaders in this business are on social media, and you can just reach out to them anyway, even outside of an event. So yeah, it's completely awesome. Everyone's just normal, which I love.
I think normal is the right word, because I think that us as people, our normal is different to those who are happy in their 9-to-5s and happy to do those 60, 70-hour weeks and just be, rather than be someone that they really think they deserve to be, which I think that all of us in this kind of group here are allowing ourselves to at least have the opportunity to be the person that they were born to be, rather than just be told to get the 9-to-5, work the next 40 years, get your pension, have a nice retirement, and finish off your life. So it's a funny thing where we think about the next 40 years and know that, you know, from this kind of capacity, how much momentum we can start building to bring a change in the rest of the world for the rest of our lives and for our, you know, our kids' lives and all that kind of good stuff. So I love it. I love working online. I just love being able to share it with as many people as possible. So thank you, Catherine. And what I want to do now is I want to bring out Kelsey. Kelsey has been with us for about 12 months now. And she just made a big move, actually. So I'll let her share that. And she was actually in Vegas with us. And for those who don't know or a bit confused what this Vegas thing is, look, the company that we are affiliates for put on events every 3 months all around the world. So they've had events in Vegas, Hawaii, Central America, all those kind of good places. So they move around all the time. I think the next one's going to be in Canada somewhere, just from memory. It's hard for me coming from Australia. I've got to travel like 20 hours or so just to even get to these places. But I always make sure I try and get there as often as possible and I always have a good time. So Kelsey, come out, share your experience, say hi to us, and just tell us a bit about yourself and why you're here and what it means, to be here.
Can you guys hear me?
You're good.
Okay, cool. So first of all, if you are on this call, congratulations. I'm really sorry if you hear a motorcycle. There's like somebody on a motorcycle outside as soon as I decide to speak. But so you are here for a reason and you know it, and you let that curiosity win, and you listen to your intuition. You got on this call, and this is a really important skill to hone in on. Listening to your higher self within and figuring out what's best for you. And this is what I want to talk about today. Following your truth and what that means for your happiness and well-being. So the first thing is that life is too short to waste it doing something that doesn't make you happy, excited, and fulfilled. So if you really want to be happy in life, go after what you want with no hesitation. And if you're here right now, you've got an amazing opportunity to start using a tool and a platform that will allow you to get whatever it is that you want. And so the second thing is that there is a solution to your problems, and there's always something you can do to change your situation. And that is the new mindset that you need to adopt. And going further, when you feel something inside, like that inner pull we've all felt before, telling you to do something, just do it. Even if it's new, especially when it's new, it's those decisions that are most critical for our happiness and well-being, the ones where we decide to do it, even when we're afraid, even if we do have some doubt, but we know deep down inside that we really want to give it a go. So it's when you're outside your comfort zone and you're aware that you're outside of your comfort zone, but you're going for it anyway. It's respecting your true self enough, recognizing them, and allowing them to exist simply by saying yes to what you want. And I want to give you an example. So I've felt for a very long time, I would say years, if not a decade, that I've needed to live somewhere warm. I've always hated the cold, and where I'm from, the winters are freezing. So even though I really hated every winter and I would literally dread the end of each summer, I was just kind of dealing with it, right? It was just the way it was. So I kept ignoring and pushing down that inner truth of needing to live in a warm place. And then actually, because of this business and because of all the people who I've met who are going after what they want left and right, like it's normal, and not only normal, but your God-given right, I actually had a major mindset shift. And all of a sudden I started thinking, no, you know what? I can do something about this. I can change my situation. And I'm finally allowing myself to do that. And I've moved here to California and it feels amazing. And working online definitely helps with the financial end of things. But the point I'm making here is that because of this business and because how much I've grown, and because of this wonderful community of people who inspire me on a daily basis, I dropped the victim mentality and I adopted a mentality where I am now my own rescue in my business, but in every other aspect of my life as well. And do I know if my home base will be here in California forever? I don't. And I don't have to know yet. And that's okay. It's like when you get in your car and you turn on Google Maps and it tells you to go straight, so you go straight. And then it tells you to make a right, so you make a right. And you don't have to know every single turn or street name to get to your destination. If you tried to memorize ahead of time every single direction, you would just either make yourself crazy or get lost. Like you're getting way too ahead of yourself. And it's like that that quote that's like, you don't need to see the whole staircase, you just need to take the first step. And then once you're on that step, take the next one. And you are here because you're doing exactly that. You are doing something about your current situation. You're not just sitting there anymore in victim mode, right? Being a victim of your own life. You're here because somewhere along the line, you stopped being satisfied with your current situation. You stopped being okay with mediocrity, and you decided you wanted something more. Like what happened for me too is like the pain of staying the same became greater than the discomfort of change. So now you're becoming your own rescue and you're taking action towards something that is going to change your life. And I just want to say that if you're ready for a change, if you're ready to take back control of your own life and do something that's going to allow you more freedom than most people could probably imagine, then you are definitely in the right place. So if you're just getting started, welcome. I'm so excited for you. And if you haven't signed up yet, what are you waiting for? You've got the same exact potential as each and every one of us. The only difference is that we started before you did. So if you're determined to make this happen and you work at it as time goes on, you're just going to naturally perfect your skills and it's just going to naturally happen for you. So never let doubt or fear get in the way of doing the things that you really want to do or in the way of becoming who you truly are. All of us all the time have to choose either step backward into fear or step forward into growth. So after this call, I want you to do some self-reflection, get centered, take a few deep breaths, and listen to what your true self has to say. Are you really actually truly happy with your current situation? And if not, what are you going to do to change it? That's all I have for now.
Thank you, Kelsey. Love it. Thank you for that. I really appreciate that. That's I think your analogy of driving and having direction in life is so on point, because I think I'm probably like the mistaken guy out of this, because I don't really talk about like that too much, even though I kind of practice it accidentally. It just kind of happens. I remember one of our teammates, TJ, said, I don't really know anything about mindset. I don't know if I'd even do it. And TJ is like, dude, you do mindset better than everyone. You just don't know it. You just do. And I think me not taking direction and just going ahead and just, having that so open-mindedness to allow things to come into my life really allowed me to focus and become, somewhat successful in the online world. And so I just think that if you guys, instead of having that narrow-minded that we're taught, let's open it up just a little bit more, just so you can get started. The rest will come. Our team will help you move into that open mindset. So you're in the right spot, guys. Those who haven't joined, look, you get to come on these calls. You get to speak to us every day. You get to connect with the leaders inside of our business, and you get to get started today. And I know that in 6 months, you're going to come on another call here and be like, why didn't I start on the 23rd of October? Why did I wait till I don't know, May 2018. Why did I wait? And trust me, there's many people on here who have said that to themselves. Many, many people on here. So I want to bring out Jade. She's actually another Australian, but she's actually in San Diego, I think, in the United States. She's been traveling around the past few weeks. She always does this. Every time she goes to an event, which she was in Vegas, she always adds on another few weeks. But that's the benefit of having a business that allows freedom, and she can work from whenever she wants, and she's doing it right now. So come out, Jade. I'll unmute you for yourself, and you can come out and say hi.
Thanks, Justin. Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Yay. I'm just going to quickly show you. I'm like, oh, you can't see. I'm sitting at a bar working by the beach, and I've just watched the most incredible sunset. So I was like, Justin, I need to come out and share this, because this is pretty much the main reason why I have started doing what I do. I was stuck in that corporate world where I was working in a stuffy office all day, every day. I lived in Australia where summer is a big thing, and I could never actually enjoy summer because I was stuck in an office. And so my whole thing now is that I just don't want to spend any time in winter. So whenever I get the opportunity, I leave. Can you guys see me? I think my internet's failing.
No, you're fine. You're fine, Jade.
Oh, okay. I was like, my screen froze. But yeah, so pretty much whenever it gets to winter at home, I just take off and leave for a few weeks so that I can enjoy summer. And like Justin said, when I go on these events, I extend it because I don't have a boss anymore. So I can spend as much time traveling as I want. And one of the biggest realizations that I had after this event in Vegas is how many people I have met and how many people I've been able to stay, like this whole trip, I have stayed with people from our team. So I've gone from Vegas to Colorado to California to Hawaii tomorrow, and every single place I am staying with a member from our team. And I know it's loud here, so I'm going to keep it short, but I just really wanted to share the opportunities that something like this does open up for you if you're just willing to take a chance on yourself. I never, ever, ever expected this, and it is a family. So I just wanted to share that with you guys while I was in the movement. Thank you.
Thank you, Jade. Thanks so much for coming out and saying hi. It's so great to hear that you're able to just add on those weeks, and I know you've got your partner back home in Australia, so you aren't traveling full time, so you do just add on those extra couple of weeks when you get the chance. So it's amazing to see that freedom come to fruition. Now we've had 3 amazing ladies come on today, but what I want to do is bring on another lady who has a couple of kids, who actually is doing it for her kids and her family, and she travelled all the way from around Sydney kind of way, Australia, all the way to Vegas and back, just to provide for her family. So I'm just going to get Crystal to come out and just share, just for a couple of minutes, Crystal, about what it means to be able to provide for your kids and your husband and your family and all that kind of good stuff, because it's good to hear from people who, there's going to be a lot of people on here who are trying to make something better for their family, and you're the perfect example of that. So come out, Crystal, say hi, and just tell us what it means to be involved in the online world.
Hey, so my name's Crystal Munro. I'm from Leeton, New South Wales, Australia, which is about 6 hours drive west of Sydney. So yeah, I've got a 5-year-old daughter, Zara, and a 2-year-old son, Reese. And yeah, like I went over to Las Vegas. I spent 7 nights there and just hanging out with like everyone, just realizing that real people, and just giving yourself the belief that you can do it too, and like they're no different than what you and I are. So and yeah, and like being able to provide for my family, being home with my 2 kids, and my daughter goes to school next year, so being able to like drop her off at the bus and pick her up in the afternoon, and just being able to also travel with them as well, not having to ask my boss all the time and all that sort of thing. And yeah, a couple of things that I got from the Vegas event was just seeing others telling their stories, and like just there was so many of our team up on stage, and they just like I used to think about like how scary it would be to get up on stage, and my heart would race. But then just seeing them up there just gave me more belief, and I think it's just lit a fire within me. And yeah, there's just so much potential for anyone wanting to do what they love. And yeah, so it's just one I wanted to share my excitement.
That's so great, Crystal, because you just touched on something there about sharing stories. When you're in a corporate operation or a corporate job or something, they're going to have a department that makes you come out for an hour a week and do some kind of HR related stuff to make you feel like you're sharing your story. Whereas we get to do it for a kind of living and just show our purpose to the world. We're kind of told not to share stories. We're kind of told to keep personal lives out of work. And I think that's absolute bullshit. So excuse my language there. I love keeping my personal life with you guys. You guys are my job, if I can call it that. Well, I wouldn't call it that. I just call it something awesome. But yeah, I want to thank you guys for being on the call today. It's always great to connect with you guys. And there's so many of you who are just still thinking about starting. You've got zero to lose. It doesn't cost you a cent to get started. Just have a look. Just get in here, get in our team, click the link below, get started. Let's get you stuck into our team. Let's get you moving through the steps, making money, helping the world, helping others, and living the life that you deserve to live. So thanks again for all coming on the call today, and we'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye.